Living the image of love. As we can read in the book of Genesis, God created us, mankind, special. In fact, I would say God created us unique, in His image, the image of love. However, that image that we were created in came with an awesome responsibility. Consider this. You cannot be in God's image without living that image in real life. So, what happened in the Garden of Eden after God had instructed mankind how to live with those two trees, which one to draw from and which one to avoid? And God also told Adam and Eve what would happen should they eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Now, not long after that, Adam and Eve had their first encounter with Lucifer. When Lucifer came to Adam and Eve and asked them, according to Genesis 3 verse 1, has God indeed said, you shall not eat of every tree in the garden? In other words, Lucifer came and questioned God's word, because Lucifer wanted to sow doubt in their minds, implying, is God hiding something from you? Is God withholding something from you? Now, did Adam and Eve follow God's instructions? No. And just like you and me, Adam and Eve failed. Because instead of drawing from the tree of life from God, they listened to an intruder, thereby opening themselves up to a lie by not heeding God's word. By using their free will, they ignored God's word, as we also have done in our lives. So now, how do I fix that in my life? Get connected to love Himself. It is not just about knowing Him, but as Jesus said to us in John 8:31 and 32, if you abide in my word, you are my disciples indeed. And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Jesus is saying to us, as you draw from the tree of life Himself, heeding His word, that is when you will be walking in the image of love, in Him, living the example that Jesus gave us in His life, which He lived for us. John 3:16 tells us, for God so loved the world that He gave. And 1 John 3:16 tells us, by this we know love, because He laid down His life for us. And we also ought to lay down our lives for the brethren. As you live that image of love that God created you in.